Here we are live again. This is 3 days in a row, guys. So I'm doing really well because consistency is what gets results, guys. We know that in business and everything. So if I want to build followers and a following and all that kind of stuff on YouTube, I got to be consistent. So that's what we're doing here with your workouts. If you want to get progress, if you want to get to the results you want to get, you got to be consistent with your efforts, okay? So you got to put in the effort, you got to be consistent. All right, so what we're here live. Just got back from the gym. I thought I would just turn on my phone and go live, and that's what we're doing. So I'm trying to get out there, get content and all that kind of stuff. I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook under Shaun Campbell 2.0. And of course on YouTube. So if you're seeing me here for the first time, subscribe. If you're seeing me for more than the first time, but you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I gotta ask because every time I ask, I tend to get more subscribers. So I just throw it out there. You know what I mean? It's all about, just like with working out and getting progress and all that stuff, it's one rep at a time, one workout at a time, one set at a time, all that stuff. Same with me building YouTube. One subscriber, one like, one view, all that stuff, right? So we're here. If you're on here, let me know you're on here. Say hi, all that stuff. I'm just outside Toronto. I'm in Vaughan, Ontario. We're going to talk about, just so we have a topic for tonight, we're going to talk about weightlifting myths. And I'm going to help debunk them or tell you my opinion on these myths that are out there, especially for people that are new to weights. Because we see things like lifting weights is going to make women bulky. No pain, no gain. We see that one. You have to lift heavy to build muscle. You can turn fat into muscle or vice versa. You hear that one all the time. I'm going to bulk up and get nice and thick and fat, and I'm going to turn it into muscle. That's not possible either, but we're going to talk about that as well. Some people think, it's an old school way of thinking, they think if you're not sweating, you're not working out. That's to the older generation mostly, right? They think sweating equals a hard workout. So anyways, there's way more myths out there, so just come on here. Let's discuss them. Throw me out some myths that you have about working out or things that people say about working out, good, bad, or indifferent, and we'll discuss it. I guess I'll get things rolling by just talking about the one that everyone talks about. Women always worry about this. They always say, oh, I don't want to lift weights. I'm going to get too bulky. They say it all the time. It's not that easy, ladies. I've been working my ass off for 30 years, and I'm by far too bulky, and I'm trying to be too bulky. So, and women don't have the same genetics as a man, the same hormones as a man, the testosterone levels of a man. So the odds of you getting too bulky, even if you are trying to, it's very tough. What does happen though, you see in this industry of weightlifting and working out and bodybuilding and all that stuff is, yeah, they get bulky. You know why? Well, one, they do steroids, but we're not talking about that today, and I don't endorse that whatsoever. So that's not going to be part of the discussion of why women won't get bulky. Or they start gaining too much body fat. They think they're bulking, just like how guys think they're bulking up, but they're actually getting fat. Because your body fat gets to a certain level, it's not bulking up no more. You let yourself get fat. So same with the ladies. They think, oh, I'm eating more, I'm lifting weights, I want to get strong, I want to get big, and they're eating more, and they're gaining body fat. Because women typically, not always, but generally gain body fat easier than men, right? So they can get bulky as in that. But if a woman's worried about getting too much muscle mass, that's not something to worry about. I wish that was all of our problems. We're all trying to gain too much muscle mass, and it's not happening, right? So for a natural person who doesn't do PEDs or anything like that, for you to get too bulky as a woman is not going to happen. Yes, some people genetically are different, so maybe you genetically do carry more muscle mass than the average person, then maybe you will be bigger than the average person. But in general, women have, 99% of women have nothing to worry about getting too bulky in the gym. If anything, you're going to create a better shape and health and fitness and all that kind of stuff. Because you got to build muscle to create a nice shape, to prepare yourself to not get injured, especially as you get older, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, that's a myth. That's not true. Women, ladies, don't worry about getting too bulky. So don't be just doing glute training and cardio and skipping the weights. You want to have an overall well-balanced physique. So lift weights, ladies. No pain, no gain. People think if they're not sore, they didn't lift hard enough. Well, everyone's different. Not everyone. People's bodies can recover pretty fast, right? Like you don't have to be sore all the time to be getting results in the gym, because you're going to get results no matter what you do in the gym. If you're lifting weights and using good technique and all that stuff, you're going to get results. And don't work through pain. If you got an injury, don't work through it. Let your body recover, because no pain, no gain doesn't mean work through injuries, work through pain. You must be sore the next day. All that stuff is not the truth. It's not a fact, guys. Because the more and more you lift weights, the more and more your body starts to adapt to it, and you recover better. Because if you do your first, like if I overdo it and overstimulate myself by, like say if I'm used to doing 10 sets of biceps all the time, then I go in there one day and do 30 sets, I'm going to be sore. Does that mean it was a good workout, better workout than I've been doing? No, it just means I hit it with something different, and now I'm sore as hell. So no pain, no gain it's cool to say, and it's fun to say. We love it. No pain, no gain. Fight through the pain. That just means like fight through the burn. If I say it, it doesn't mean put yourself in pain. Because no pain, no gain, that's a myth, guys. We don't need to be in pain to get results. You don't need to be, if you're not sore the next day, doesn't mean the workout was a waste of your time. You're still going to get results from the workout. You're not always going to be in pain. Your body recovers well from working out. The only time people typically are in real major pain the next day is when they're not conditioned for what they're doing. So no pain, no gain is another one. You have to lift heavy to build muscle. That is also false, guys. That is also a myth. If you're using, because as we're learning, it's more about, especially if you're just trying to gain size and shape and all that kind of stuff, and fullness and all that stuff, it's time under tension. You want to feel the muscle working. You want to focus on, like if I'm doing a bicep curl, I want to feel the bicep curling when I'm curling it, right? And it doesn't matter if the muscle doesn't know if I have 50 pounds in my hand doing dumbbell curls or I have 20. It just knows what kind of tension am I under. And control the weight, because when you're lowering it down, under control, squeezing it, under control, squeezing it, that's a lot of tension on the muscle. That's going to build size. And again, genetics has a lot to do with everything, guys. So how your body responds to everything has a lot to do with genetics. So not everyone's, it's not going to apply to everyone the same, because some people can absolutely use terrible technique and do everything I'm saying wrong and get good results. Why? Because they got great genetics for this, right? But anyways, so no pain, no gain is another myth. If you have any myths, guys, throw them in the comments. Is my chat on? Yeah, or even just come on here and say hi. Let me know you're on here. I like to know if people are on here for the chats, because I also like to know if my microphone's working. Because I'm really paranoid about my microphone not working or my chat's not working, because sometimes it does happen. So just say something in the chat. I know you're on here. I see people are on here. You can turn fat into muscle, or your muscle is going to turn into fat. Muscle and fat are two different tissues, guys. Okay, so one is not the other. You can't change one into the other. It seems that way because when you're working out, you're going to gain more muscle mass, right? And maybe you're going to start burning off fat, so the muscle's going to show more. But you didn't convert that muscle or that fat to muscle. Because if that were the case, we'd all just be eating like fucking maniacs, and because it's easier to gain body fat than muscle, I would just gain all kinds of body fat and convert it all to muscle. That's not what happens. It appears to look that way. It appears to look like when a real muscular guy or girl gets out of shape, they look fat. But you know what happens is they start, because they're eating all the excess calories, they're probably not working out like they used to, their muscle mass is shrinking, so their muscles are atrophying, so they're getting smaller. And the body fat's getting larger on top. They're gaining more and more body fat. So now it appears like, oh my God, all your muscle turned to fat. No, your muscular physique turned to a fat physique. Basically, to put it nicely. These are just some myths, guys. So come on in here. I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0. If you're seeing me on here, subscribe. If you're seeing me on here, hit like. If you're seeing me on here, jump in the freaking chat. Let me know you're on here. I've been on here 9 minutes and no one's gave me a thumbs up or anything, guys. I need to know you're in the chat. I need to know people are alive. I need to know people are seeing me. Because I don't mind talking to myself. That's fine. Because I save these videos after, so it's like I'm creating footage, or I'm creating like content anyways for my page, and that's half my battle. My battle is not in the weight room. My battle is being consistent on YouTube, because every year I keep saying I want to build it. I struggle with being consistent on here. And that's tough. It's tough when you're not seeing the results, because everyone wants quick results, instant results. We want to go on here, make a video, and then everyone sees it. And you know what I mean? I'm just going to type something on here. I don't even know how to, I never type anything on here. Let me see. Can I type on here? See, I don't even know how to use the chat to type myself, like if I want to type on here. Well, I guess I won't do it. On my desktop, I know how to do it, but on here, I don't know how to do it. So basically, guys, let me know what some of the biggest myths about weightlifting are, or the biggest things that people say about weightlifting. A funny one they say is that the guys who weightlift are compensating for something, which is not the truth, guys. It's not true, because that's such a small, well, no pun intended, it's such a small part of everyone's life. You know what I mean? Like, we don't focus on that. So I guess back in the day when Arnold Schwarzenegger and them used to bodybuild, they'd always make jokes about like, oh, men work out and bodybuild to build all that muscle because they're compensating for blah, blah, blah. And you could fill in the blank, right? But that's not the case, because now more men than ever are working out, more women than ever are working out. People, sure, they might be compensating for other areas of their life or whatever, or they want to feel better about themselves, but they're not doing it just because of what that funny myth was back in the day, right? Yes, I remember you, Zorro. Nice to see you on here. So yes, if anyone's on here, say hi, drop me a comment. I'm going to stick around here a little bit longer. It's about 10:30 p.m. Eastern time here. I'm just outside of Toronto. I'm under my nice little spotlight setup here. I'm not much of a flexor anymore, guys, because that's back in the day. I used to compete in bodybuilding and stuff. I don't anymore, but I'm in decent shape, but I'm not a competitor type shape anymore. I just do it to keep in shape, right? To feel good about myself. And you know what? They joke around about the weight. The gym is about therapy. It's my therapy. It's my longevity. That's why I go in there and work out. You know what I mean? To feel good about myself, all that thing. And guys, if anyways, I get asked how old I am. I'm 54 years old, guys. I guess my peak time in working out and physique wise is probably my 30s, is when I felt like I looked my absolute best. Like when I peaked and everything was like tight skin, ripped, shredded, low body fat. Probably my 30s, right? That was when I could fluctuate with body weight pretty easily, and everything stayed nice and whatever. As you get older, things change. People age. We age. It's a real thing, guys. If you're young on here, you're going to find out. Sooner or later, you're going to age. Well, thanks, Zorro. I appreciate it. See, I need to stroke my ego once in a while. Because I don't know, sometimes you get hard. Like we all are, we're hard on ourselves, right? So if anyone else is on here, say hi. Let me know where you're from. Zorro, I forget where you're from. I'm thinking, because I remember when you were on there, either it was you or someone else that they're from California. I don't know if it was you, but someone during the same chat you were on originally was from California. So, because I remember seeing Cali. I'm in Canada. I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Well, specifically, I'm in Vaughan, Ontario. But that's just outside Toronto. It's kind of like I'm kind of like the GTA, Greater Toronto Area. But I'm basically close enough to Toronto. I could be there in 25 minutes, right? You're from America, like USA, United States of America. That's where you're from. Anyone else on here, guys? I don't want to stick around here too much longer if it's going to be a quiet one. It's Friday night. I thought it would be a little bit more happening on here, but I guess people got lives. Unfortunately, I don't, so I should be out doing something, but I'm not. I'm sitting here in the house. probably just gonna have something to eat, and I'm gonna watch some crime shows or something. But I wanted to get a little bit of content, so I went on Instagram as well, did a little bit of a live on there, and then I jumped on here, did a little bit of a live that I'll post. So you got me flexing. I never flex on this thing, so now I feel funny that I'm doing this, but whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. So guys, yeah, the big thing I promote is Workout Warrior. Basically, if you're putting in the effort to have a better physique, to feel better about yourself, you're a workout warrior. You know what I mean? What's the W? The web? They're on the web. They're checking out websites and stuff like that, as opposed to being on YouTube. Or what's W? Or is W something else that I should learn about? Oh, World Cup. Shit. God, you're right so much. That's true. There's so much World Cup shit going on. I've never really followed, I don't know if you call it soccer or football. I've never really followed it much, but I will watch it when if I was watching it, I'm sure I would enjoy it because I do understand what's going on. I enjoy sports of all kinds, but I never really got really into watching soccer or football. So I'm not really checking it out, right? Oh my god. Nothing crazy, guys. I'm not no major crazy guy. I'm a natural bodybuilder. I haven't competed in a long, long time. But back in the day when I was younger, I used to compete in natural bodybuilding competitions. So I do have a whatever. I keep myself in shape, but I'm not the same. I'm not at the level or leanness or shreddedness that I used to be back in the day. But you know what? I do it now to feel good about myself, for confidence, for like they joke around about gym therapy, just for structure in my life, longevity because I want to be healthy and fit and live a long life, right? And I, and you want to be able to play with kids and stuff like that. If you have kids or whatever, you want to be able to still run around with them, even though at some point they're going to become way better athletes. I won't be able to hang out with them, but yeah. But anyways, yeah. So if the kids take off on their scooters, whatever, I can jump on a scooter and go with them, or ride a bike, or go rollerblading, or running, or whatever, right? So that's what keeps me focused, and plus I just love it. Like I've been lifting weights and taking care of my body. It's just a lifestyle. To me, it's nothing different. Going to the gym is just normal. Eating my protein is just normal. This is normal stuff to me. Talking about workouts, this is just everyday conversation. Like right now, me talking about Workout Warrior, this is just what I do. This is my life. I'm promoting my lifestyle. I'm not promoting anything to make money and all these things. Even though we do have to make money in life, I'm promoting things through passion because this is the life I live. This is what I do. This is what I believe in. So yeah. I don't specifically drink Monster or Red Bull, but I would. Like, I don't have no problem against that kind of stuff. Everything in moderation, guys. Like, I'll drink coffee. I'll drink a energy drink. I'll drink all these things. But typically, I'll just have like a coffee or, to be honest with you, a caffeine pill or something like that. I just keep it simple. I don't buy energy drinks and all that stuff just because I think I'm cheap. Because the main ingredients I want out of a Red Bull is the caffeine. But do you realize I can make a coffee at home with instant coffee for like 25 cents, for 10 cents? Actually, I broke it down one day. It's like 10 cents to make a coffee at home, as opposed to getting a Red Bull or a Monster drink or a Starbucks coffee or whatever. Like all these things cost a lot of money, guys. And they have all these extra calories. I can make a black coffee and add like sweetener and maybe some skim milk, and basically the thing's like 10 calories. That's with the added skim milk in it or whatever. And I made it for 20 cents or less. I typically go to the gym late at night, like for some reason, because I don't know, I just keep putting it off. Because I know I'm going to go, but I'll typically go around 9 o'clock at night. But then I'll go through phases where I change things up because you do get bored. There are times there's more times than not that I don't want to go to the gym, but I go to the gym through discipline and through routine. It's part of my day. Like brushing your teeth isn't fun, but it's part of your day, so you do it. Like going to the gym, like the process of going to the gym sometimes isn't fun. Getting in there, I like the feel when I'm in there, But the process of getting ready and leaving to go to the gym, I fight that all the time. But I go because of discipline, consistency, and the overall goal of living a healthy, fit life. And it's just routine. You got to make things routine. You got to make things to the point where your discipline takes over. When you're not feeling motivated, you go anyways. That's what it comes down to, guys. So if anyone has anything they want to talk about, or if they have any gym myths that you want me to talk about, like, I don't know, like whatever. Like I talked about the very first one, I talked about women always say, I'm going to get too big and bulky. That's a myth, guys, but we can talk about that one. Like stuff like that. If you have any things like that, or lifting weights is going to stunt your growth, all these things. There's all these crazy things like kids shouldn't lift weights or whatever. There's a lot of myths out there, right? Or more is better, which is not true. You have to lift heavy to get huge. That's not true. Another thing, guys, just to give you guys all hope out there, no matter where you are on your journey, no matter what your goal is, you can improve. You can always be a better version of yourself. That's what the beauty of this is. Like with working on stuff, yeah, you may not ever look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but you can look better than you did before. Like everyone's genetics are different. Everyone's goals are different. Everyone's also what they're willing to do to get to these goals is different. Like if you want to do a healthy approach to bodybuilding, you're never going to look like Ronnie Coleman doing it all natural and all that stuff. You're never going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman, all these people. They didn't do it drug-free, guys. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind. Yes, I can run a mile. I've actually got pretty good endurance. I do elliptical every day because I have an elliptical in my house, so I get on that every morning and do elliptical. I think genetically, I like working out. I like the weightlifting lifestyle better, but genetically, I'm better with cardio type sports. My body's better at that. Like when I used to do a little bit of running for a while, I was getting actually pretty good at running long distance because my body wants to do that. But my love is for the feeling of lifting weights and the feeling of sculpting my body. Even if I'm ectomorphic type person anyways, but I like the feeling of having control of sculpting my own physique. No matter what I build it to, it's never going to be perfect, but I have control of it, right? Like if I put in the effort, I can make it appear better, right? See, I don't go bike riding much, so I don't know if going for 10 miles in 15 minutes, that sounds insane. That sounds really good, but I don't know if it is. I'm pretty sure it is. See, I'm in Canada, so we go by kilometers, but you know what I'm saying. So what would 10 miles be like 15, 20 kilometers? To me, I feel like 15 minutes is really super fast. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know anybody because I don't ride a bike for fitness, so I have no idea of gauging that kind of stuff. Like personally. All right, guys, I may jump off here soon, but it's been great talking to you guys. If anyone's on here that's been shooting the shit here or just watching, subscribe to the channel. Give me a like, give me a comment. Maybe jump on one of the other videos and say something. What do I do for fun? That's a pretty sad. I probably have pretty sad answers. I don't know what I do for fun, to be honest with you. I've thought about that before. To me, going for a workout is fun. Being out in the sun is fun. I like just having the sun on me. For me also going for drives because I have a convertible that I bring out in the summertime, right? So just by getting in the convertible and going out on a nice day with the top down and wearing a tank top, and that's fun. I remember back in the day, I used to like go to shoot pool, stuff like that. Back in the day, I used to like to go to dance clubs back in the day. So I used to be really into the what do you want to call it? House music. house music dancing and stuff, right? So I'd be in that scene a lot. I was drug free then. I didn't even do like that. That's a drug scene too. I didn't do any drugs or drink. I'd go out to the clubs and just have fun. Who's the first person to subscribe to me? Is that what you're trying to say, or maybe I don't know the lingo? I have no idea who the first person to subscribe to me is. I have no clue. Because I've only got about, I think I got 2,335 subscribers, okay? So nothing crazy, but I don't remember who the first one is. I've been on YouTube for a long, long, long time, but I've always off and on, off and on. So I'm trying to be more consistent. I'm trying to not give up, to be consistent, to put in the effort, to try to get on here more often, to get more engagement going, to get the subscribers going, right? Just like anything, it takes consistency, it takes effort, it takes belief in yourself and not giving up, right? Because it isn't easy to build YouTube. It isn't easy, that's for sure, right? To build a following and all that stuff. But the more and more I go on these lives, it gets more content out there. It also gets me more aware of what people want to what they want to see. Yeah, more than yesterday. Yesterday was at 2,330. So actually, since the live yesterday, I got 5 more subscribers. So that's good. So maybe today I'll get like 1 or 2 more subscribers because it's every consistency. It's about every whatever that every subscriber, just like every workout, every rep, every set, all that stuff gets to your results, right? Same with what I'm trying to do, build subscribers. Every subscriber, every like, every comment gets me closer and closer to the goal of building my channel. Or building the awareness of Workout Warrior, or letting people know who I am, Shaun Campbell. I don't know. All these things, right? So it's just going to take effort and just putting in the work, putting in the consistency, all that stuff. Okay, it's pretty quiet in here, guys, so I'm going to probably hop off here in a few more minutes. I'm going to give myself a time frame of being on here for 30 minutes. I've been on here 27 minutes and 35, 36, 37 seconds. So I'm probably going to wait at 30 minutes. I'll hop off here, so by another couple minutes. Unless something crazy happens. If all of a sudden we got 100 people on here live talking and going crazy, I'm not going anywhere, obviously. I'll stay on here for hours. Like if I was one of those big YouTubers who, when they jump on here, get thousands of people on here and all kinds of comments going and it's going wild, like why would I leave? I would just sit on here and talk all day. Because some of those guys do. Some of those guys who are real big time, I don't know what you want to call them, YouTubers, or what's it called when they do the gamers and all these things? They go on there and do these lives and they get all kinds of people on there, right? Like if that was happening, shit, that'd be fun. I wouldn't go nowhere. But I guess you have to build up a reason for people to want to watch you that long and stick around that long. Yeah, chats. So I got to set up a better chat setup, because right now I've just got my phone here on a tripod and I got a little light on me. World Cup chats. So if I was talking about World Cup, and I knew what I was talking about, we could probably get some good stuff going on in here, right? But I don't know enough about World Cup to talk about it, so I'm not going to go on here and pretend I know anything about it. Oh, what's W chat? Just chat in general, or W chat? What is W chat? Maybe I need to know what these things are. Maybe these are things I need to know. I need to find out where the people are. Oh, like a good chat, I hear you saying. Or podcasts are fun too, right? If people go on there and do, like, they do podcast shows where people where they have guests and they talk or they or whatever. It is more interactive and fun. Yeah, that have people. I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. Like those that would work. But right now I'm just trying to get myself consistent with content. And this is the easiest, quickest way to be consistent with content. Just turn on the phone, put it on my tripod, and just talk. No fancy microphones, no fancy setup. But obviously we need to get more professional setup for the YouTube lives. So I have to figure out how to like plug in my I do have good cameras, but that requires me to tape it and do editing and all that stuff, right? But my good cameras, I don't know how to set it up with the live stream right yet. But I'm gonna have to figure that out. All right, everybody, I'm gonna jump off here where we broke 30 minutes. We're approaching 31 minutes. So that's a 31-minute YouTube live. So that's pretty good start to the almost weekend. I've done 3 lives in a row, guys. So that's great for me. Consistency is what matters. So anyways, thanks for coming on here, Zorro, and thanks for coming on here, everybody else. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't checked out any of their videos, just check something out. Give it a like. Watch it for a couple minutes. Let's get some engagement going. Let's get me up to 3,000 subscribers. Anyways, we will talk to you guys